Okay, so I'm here with Trupti Amritwar, who is an architect and urban designer based in Mumbai. Welcome, Trupti. Be great if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and about the work you do.
See, I run an NGO called Mumbai Environmental Social Network, and our focus areas are public space development, sustainable transport, street design, GIS mapping of infrastructure, particularly focusing on slum upgrading. We also working very closely with government on the parking policy. So these are our core focus areas. The project I would like to talk about, which has received this year's Best Planning Design Award by Global Forum for Human Settlements, is situated in a very poor neighborhood, and it is just 1,300 square meter of a plot, and but accessed by 300,000 people, and it is developed, and after even 3 years it is maintained well, and that is a big achievement, in such a difficult socio-economically, politically sensitive area. If you see today, it's a small green patch into a very large grey area, and where you see women wearing veil, or working on open gym. You see kids all the time, and people really feel proud to be associated with this kind of a public space. Second project I would like to talk about is we have created a bus lane in the center of the city at BKC, which carries about 100,000 people during peak hours, and that is huge, and in one lane. So government is happy and they want to extend this project, and we will be doing similar such bus lanes in other parts of the city. But our focus is also doing GIS mapping, where we have covered about 80 hectares of slumland, and we believe that this kind of a mapping based on slum condition is needed to influence slum policy. Today, slum policy is based only on redevelopment, with private builders support and giving them huge incentive and free land. So we need to have different strategies to deal with affordable housing and creating slum upgrading, maybe self development by slum dwellers. So that is our focus, of creating this kind of a database.
I find your work particularly interesting because a lot of the work we talk about when we talk about public space focuses on a site, but you guys are thinking more citywide and more connecting to other things. Can you tell me a little bit more about Mumbai Environmental Social Network strategy?
Yeah, basically, if you see in a city like Mumbai, the public space is scarce. The kind of population density we don't have 1-2 square meter per capita. It is not available. So in such a situation, using public spaces optimally, they should be more inclusive, safe, accessible to all, is a need of the hour. And unfortunately, in spite of the scarcity, we see even in poor neighborhoods and elsewhere, the public spaces are abused, unutilized, and are getting appropriated. So it is very important to have a very good public space, policy, framework, agency looking into its planning, development, protection, management. So these are
So it's been 2 years now almost 2 years since the adoption of the New Urban Agenda, which we're all quite proud that public space found its way in there. But now I feel like we're facing an even more critical task, which is the implementation side of the New Urban Agenda. How do you see the work of MESN and implementing what's been agreed upon in the New Urban Agenda?
Regarding public spaces only,
or regarding public space?
Basically, development of public spaces is a high priority, low cost, and very high impact benefit, which can be achieved in a very short term for this rapidly urbanizing, population. So, but the challenges, that the local government is not ready for it. Maybe they are not aware what is a public space. How public space to be developed in an integrated fashion. All the agencies work in silos. They are not, working together, and we don't have a strong public space policy and a budget, to implement that. So these are the key challenges, I would say. But I really would say public spaces are the bang for the buck,
Yeah, and public space is an entry point for so many other issues, many of which you've raised today. So now that we're here in Kuala Lumpur at the World Urban Forum, what's the topics that are being discussed? What's the tempo of conversation?
See, I think affordable housing is a key thing here, because as the cities are growing, the population in the cities is growing, what they need is affordable housing. But affordable housing cannot be looked in isolation, to make housing affordable, you need affordable transport, you need quality public infrastructure, social infrastructure, So without this, you can't create affordable housing, and to guide this huge development in a sustainable manner is going to be extremely difficult challenge. And see, in India, there is a target of creating 20 million affordable housing within 2 years. This is an impossible task. And how do urban agenda is going to guide India, to take this task in a sustainable manner, Yeah.
Good point. And what are the key takeaways that you hope to be able to walk away from here with?
See, I'm very happy now. The narrative is like, can we look at cities from slum angle? Instead of looking at them as a problem, are they providing solution? Because anyway, half the population living in many cities is they are building houses for themselves. So instead of resisting that, if government provides, them services and creates a rule so that they create this in a comfortable manner without depending on the parallel agencies, which is creating a parallel economy. I think it will definitely help cities like Mumbai. And secondly, land is a very expensive resource now, and how government can make this land market affordable to create affordable housing. Even if they don't have land, at least they should create such mechanisms so that by maybe allocating entire slum land for affordable housing instead of giving it to the private developers to grab that land and make profits. So this is what is a major takeaway, to kind of see looking at affordable housing from slum perspective.
And we're only first couple days of the World Urban Forum. Are you feeling optimistic?
Yeah, I mean, I think the new executive director is a woman, and she's a very dynamic person. And I think, yes, there is a lot of positive energy. Yes, everybody is aware about the task and the challenges. But the mood is very positive, and I am very, very optimistic that yes, now I've got a lot of this energy from here, which will help me fight back home. So thank you very much.
There you have it. Thank you very much, Trupti. Much appreciated, and all the best back home.
Yes.